How can you stay ahead of the game when creating content thinking about using Pinterest? How can you create content that you know your ideal audience will be looking for in the upcoming year? I will share with you. Pinterest every year launches a report that is called the Pinterest Trend Predicts. But what is Pinterest Trend Predicts? First, my name is Tereza Toledo. I am a Pinterest marketing expert and I've been helping business owners and creators to build their audiences and to monetize with Pinterest for the past 6 years. If you want to learn more about what I do, how you can do for your business and for your brand, check below. I share it all in the section that we have below this video. Now make sure to subscribe and watch this video so you can learn exactly how you can use the Pinterest Trend Predicts for your benefit. So first and foremost, Pinterest Trend Predicts, it's a study that Pinterest does every single year. 2023 has been the 4th year that Pinterest has presenting this. Now, this is not your average end of the year trend report. This is pretty much a glimpse into the future. Pinterest is able to identify trends that are evolving through the current year using several resources, as Pinterest shares with us here, to have an idea of what people will be looking for in the upcoming year, which means what will be trending in the upcoming year in different segments, verticals or niches. So as you can see in the Pinterest Trend Predicts that we are seeing for every single year, Pinterest tells us that 80% of the predictions came true. And one typical example that I have in mind is what Pinterest shared with us that was going to be trending in 2022 was a return of wearing pearls on fashion, on necklace, the color, the iridescent color. I did talk about this for the Pinterest Trend Predicts 2022, and we saw that. We saw pearls being extensively searched for and used in products and necklaces for all genders. We saw that in fashion a lot. This came true. We also saw that in decor, accessories, and more. So this is just to illustrate how Pinterest Trend Predicts can be very powerful. Now, if you go in today, as I'm sharing here, you can see that Pinterest has several trend predictions for fashion, beauty, home decor, traveling, finances, well-being, and more. However, those trend predictions don't have to be just tied up to those verticals. If what you have, your product, your content, your brand, doesn't 100% relate to it, it's okay. You can still benefit from these trends when creating content. So obviously, if you are on fashion, you are going to benefit from rom-com core. You are going to benefit from creating content around airy styles, about micro makeovers, and more. But you can also, let's say, if you are not, specifically on travel, on food, on fashion, on celebrations, of course, on beauty and the verticals that Pinterest is sharing with us specifically, this is how you can benefit as well. Number one, think about your audience, your ideal client, the ideal person of your services, of your content, of your product. What is their age? What is their generation? What could they be interested in? Does it somehow correlate with the ages shared? And if so, which of these trends do you think could somehow relate to your product? In this case, one example is rainscapes. Rainscapes pretty much talks about a trend into conservation, conserving water, a certain aesthetic. You can bring that for interior home design, for example. You can talk about how to decorate in a way that is sustainable. You can bring the aesthetic with plants, with the concepts that are being shared in this trend. Another one is a chance of showers. This is perfect for home decor, for well-being, for anything that aligns with that, how to decorate your shower area in your bathroom. So each and every trend can be brought in to different areas. Number two, if it's simply it does not align with your product. For example, you don't have a product that is relevant to, for example, rom-com core, which shares colors, satin, bling. How can you use that in your current posts, the content that you're creating? How can you translate that aesthetic to please your audience if that is a trend that your audience would be interested in? Remember, we not only want to attract specifically, but we want to have something that aesthetically pleases our audience, makes our audience stop and look. So using certain colors, using bling, using that style, if your audience would be interested in what rom-com core talks about, you should definitely use it. Now, the third way that I would suggest for you to connect the dots between Pinterest Trend Predicts and your content so you can pretty much be more successful for 2023 and you can plan ahead. Think about the vibes, the mood, the intention behind each and every trend. So in this example, I was talk about the YOLO years. Pinterest is talking about YOLO years and is mentioning celebrations of 50th anniversary or 100 years or more. However, we are seeing a collective feeling, a tendency of people wanting to honor and celebrate aging, celebrating getting older, celebrating looking your age, being who you are. So think about those feelings. If your audience, for example, is a Gen X or even is a millennial, but it's also a boomer, think about how can you talk about those things? How can you include the movement, the feeling of appreciating getting older, of honoring your age, because aging is a privilege those days. Think about how can you bring that feeling into the content that you create to attract them as well. I hope this is helpful. Make sure to subscribe and watch my next video to learn all about Pinterest marketing.